Well, hello, goddess, and welcome to this week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday, brand new Divine Masculine separate message. I literally was sitting there at my computer this morning, which is Tuesday morning, and I'd been feeling this for the last 48 hours or so that perhaps maybe I would like to we would all be better served to splitting up the divine feminine with the divine masculine. And then poof, we had this wonderful little surprise angel number whole message. That's all it was, were 4 angel numbers. And oh my goodness, wow, were those spot on, especially in connection with the divine feminine message, as well as what's been going on in my own journey for sure. And at the end of both of those videos, when I make the announcement about doing the divine masculine, ooh, there it is again. That energy right now. I know the divine masculine is very excited to utilize me in that respect of bringing messages to all of us with regards to the divine feminines who resonate with my message. And that's something that I know for me. And there's that 111 again. That's something really big for me with the healing that I've been working on with my ego, with regards to, there's so many other readers out there, but I'm not simply a reader. I'm a self-love empowerment coach who utilizes this because I love it. They've been a major part of my journey, but this is not all that's my journey. There's so much more to, my self-love empowerment coaching, and it's now for me to step out of that. I've been in this doing the same, and it's time to step out of that. And that's where we all are, goddess. That's why things feel discombobulating, okay? And I appreciate you so much for coming on this adventure with me, this journey. And see, boom, adventure, that's been definitely a part of today's messages so far. It's exciting times. And you see, I already have what I use for the divine masculine messages in my readings. And for those who may be new, I'm not sure if I mentioned, my name is Rochelle Richard. We're flowing today, and there's 222. Yes, we're flowing today. I was sitting working. It's Tuesday. I was sitting working at my computer, and it was a rough morning. I am not going to deny the week that was with the energetics and shifting with my divine masculine last week, all the signs, the crazy signs and synchronicities, which I am recording in that video. I just realized I have not really fully shared the whole story. Because it really threw me for a loop. It really brought up some things that I needed to look at more deeply. And that's where we are. That's why things feel discombobulating. New level, new devils, it's said. And so here in this space, with the divine masculine just like itching to say something, because I know mine has been. Mine was telepathically calling out to me a few weeks ago. It was more of the beginning of February, where he was really clearly experiencing a heavy ego death, and I could feel him, and I could feel him, and I swear I could hear his voice calling for me. And I was like, no, you need to be in this space. This is your healing. I can't do this for you. And I had to recognize that for myself, that I could do nothing for him. Nothing except send him love from where I was, but to not get involved in his chaos. And so that's what I did. And then it finally maybe middle of February, things, more like end of February, things got a little bit calmer. And then that little breakthrough this last week, like a little peek in the window he did. So the divine masculine is itching to say something, goddess, something. Yet he just doesn't quite know what to say or how to say what he wants to say. He's not quite in the space. There's so much that he wants to say. So much. And so he just doesn't. Have you ever felt that way, Goddess, where there's just so much that you just don't know where to begin, so you just don't? You just don't. Or it's one word. Look, one. Or it's just one word. One word. That's definitely what I got. Because there's just so much. So much. So what else does the Divine Masculine have to say on behalf of, well, oh my. Well, being flexible with the journey, Goddess. And he is learning how to flow, to let things flow, just like you are. To allow for yourself to receive, because if you're not in that flow fully, you can't receive. He's working on the same. You can be sure of that. And that's why there's, again, so much feels so overwhelming right now. For both counterparts. Oh my, I didn't even realize. I was fixing these over here. I didn't even, oh my goodness, so much chaos. Wow. This is so great. So much chaos. I love just allowing these messages to come this way. I really may be doing them this way moving forward. Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine separate. It will definitely assist with the dissipation of the chaos in our lives. I know mine for sure. There's been a lot, again, the neck, the back, carrying so much. And it's really being able to recognize, this is why the discernment card came up for the Divine Feminine as well, is to be discerning about what is yours and what is his. Because yes, I know that's definitely my back, my neck, carrying the weight of the world. And my love has carried the weight of the world on his shoulders for so long. I mean, that's what his forced marriage was about. To take his place in the family line and his responsibilities for the family. He doesn't get to have his life. So this is creating so much chaos, as well as in the feminine, in the space of being in this new place. And what does she want? If yeah, right now the ego is saying, I can't have that, then what do I want? And so the same for the masculine. Again, the masculine wants to say something, but he doesn't know where to start. He's so overwhelmed with what's going on in his life and what he wants to say and what decisions he's made and where he is, what's going on in the world. There's so much, just like you feel, Goddess. There's so much. And that's why patience is so necessary. Patience right now is what both counterparts are having to cultivate. Patience with themselves, patience with each other, patience with this journey. And the Divine Masculine is very much asking you to have patience with him. That as he doesn't know what to say, you know what that feels like. And it's not your place to intervene or interject. You must allow for this silence to be golden, because this chaos is like muddy water. And how does muddy water clear? By letting it be. The last thing you also need, Goddess, is to bring the divine masculine's chaos into your space of chaos. Even if your chaos is just that emotional space where you're healing things after this whole wild full moon that we just had, along with the Schumann resonance, the solar flares, and all. There's so much happening right now, such intense energies, that things are going to very easily feel overwhelming. Chaos will tend to do that. Chaos will. So we are in that space of cultivating patience. Patience for divine masculine, patience. Because through patience comes great strength. Through patience, we cultivate strength. Through patience, we find our strength. We feel our strength. And the connection will grow stronger. The connection with each other, the connection with ourselves, and sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh. See, 11 again as well. I'm on it. Sneeze. Let's just see. Sneeze meaning. No. Spiritual meaning. Let me change that. Spiral spiritual. Spiritual meaning of sneeze. Let's just see what this says. Sneezing twice. Some consider it bad luck. I'm intrigued. Oh, however, boom, I suppose this is where the bad luck would be perceived, because remember, it's always perceived, goddess, is that you are expelling evil spirits or malefic energy from your body. And that is not just our physical body, but our energetic body, goddess, our energetic body. And of course, it would be double, one for each counterpart, right? One for each counterpart, because that's where we are. We are in that separation space, per se, the overcoming the illusion of physical separation. That's why when I say separation space, remind yourself that it's overcoming the illusion of, okay? This has been quite an interesting, I guess we do have one more here. Interesting from the divine masculine. He is definitely undergoing a transformation. That's why, again, why he doesn't know what to say. Why he doesn't know what to say. Okay, goddess, let him be in his space. And when your ego wants to flip out, remind yourself that you both are where you are, and you are both where you're supposed to be. Because if you were supposed to be anywhere other than where you are, you would be. Imagine both of you going through this major transformative period, these not just singular that we're going through this separation period. It is multiple periods of transformation, ego deaths, healings. Imagine both of y'all doing that at the same time. I can get pretty messy. Two in a cocoon. Yeah. So, trust. And oh my goodness, the number 8 card. Just as from the angel number reading that I did right before this, when they ended up on the floor. Yep. So this is our divine masculine message for Thankful to Thrive Thursday. This surprise experience that I was led to bring us through, to go through myself. And I feel in this moment to say that regardless of what wounds we may be healing, dear divine masculine, we as divine feminines, we honor you. We do love you, even in our own woundings and angers and again, pains and traumas. When we push you away, divine masculine, it isn't what we mean, and we know that it never was what you meant. But it is what has been necessary. And we as divine feminines, we recognize that the divine masculine knows what we know, feels what we feel, just as we do. And this is why, again, dear goddess, why we choose to hold space for them as we are practicing learning how to truly hold space for ourselves so that we get better and better at holding space for others. With that, dear goddess, this is our divine masculine message, and it just feels like that. Oof, every time I speak that, it just So allow for the muddy water to settle. You keep focusing on your healing and getting back to really loving you. With that, dear goddess, I remind you that power to do so, the power to hold that space for your divine masculine as he goes through his individual healing and transformative journey, because only he can be in his cocoon, just as only you can be in yours. That power is in your hands, because that power has always been inside you. Namaste.